Hey guys, welcome to your March videos. Oh my goodness, super excited. A lot going on in March, guys. Pisces season, Aries season. So we have a mixture of these energies. I've got my rose-colored glasses on to talk to you guys today. You know, Pisces. I have my Pisces shirt on because there's a Pisces full new moon today. It happened actually in the morning time. So I'm recording these on the Pisces new moon, and I'm going to be uploading them later on tonight, which I think is cool because, you know, maybe some of the things that we talk about can potentially help you on your new moon journey. So, of course, at the beginning of my video, I want to go through some of the astrology, especially because this month I didn't talk much about that in the videos, which is another thing I want to mention, guys. You know, I like my themes, you know, I like a good theme. And so I'm not sure if you know this, but usually when I record my intro video first, and then I record the monthly videos. This month, I thought it would be very interesting and very Pisces-like, very 12th house-like to record all the videos first and then record my intro video. So what you're watching now is actually after all the videos have been recorded. And I didn't think about it till later that was very symbolic because the 12th house happens after the journey, right? We have Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. So we're in the 12th house now, you guys, and we're at the very end of Pisces season. So when you watch these videos, well, for most of you, if you watch them as soon as they're uploaded, I'm uploading these videos towards the ending of Pisces season. You know, I wait till the middle of the month to kind of upload my videos. Well, I went on the journey with you this time, you know, so when I do these readings, I do them in order. So there was Aries and Taurus, and it's like I kind of traveled around the zodiac wheel. And then now we're here at the intro, when usually I record my intro first and then I record all the videos. So that was just something there that was kind of symbolic, and it made a lot of sense after doing so. So yeah, I have all the readings done, and they're very, very deep this month. This month I decided to do a 12 card spread because Pisces is the 12th house. So I use two different decks, and I'll have all that information below. If you want to know, I have the Goddess deck, which is a really cool deck, and then I have the original Rider-Waite tarot. So I got 6 cards for all of you, and then I got 6 clarifying cards, and then this month it was Gemini and Scorpio that won the giveaway. So if you're a Gemini watching or a Scorpio, you guys got extra oracle cards in your readings for being the most likes and views this month, okay? And I didn't talk much about astrology because the actual readings are about an hour long. A lot of deep stuff going on here. So, you know me, I just kind of record and talk and channel the message. So I wanted to make sure I really covered all the astrology in March in this intro video. And as far as the actual readings, they're very subconscious, very deep, 12 card spread there, okay? So guys, March is really interesting. March is that month. Every year, March has kind of a similar energy. I didn't really realize it in my earlier years when I was not as into astrology as I am now, but I always feel the energy pick up in March. I wasn't sure if it was because of my birthday at the beginning of the month or if it was because of spring, but you know, it makes a lot of sense astrologically because in March, we do have a cycle completing. You know, we have not only the ending of Pisces season, but the beginning of Aries season, which is the first zodiac sign. It's the astrological new year, the spring equinox, all of that is just days away. So we're feeling that energy. And another significant thing about March is that, well, we had no full moon in February, but we have a Virgo full moon on March 1st. So we literally entered March. It's kind of interesting. We entered in a new cycle in March. March 1st was the Virgo full moon, and full moons bring new beginnings and completions. And then at the end of the month, we have the Libra full moon on the 31st. So this month is literally, it's like, for me, there's this energy of like the in-between of whatever happens in a full moon. Like the 1st was a full moon, the 31st is a full moon. So this whole month is just kind of outlined with this full moon energy. So this is a month of completions. This is a month of new beginnings. This is a month of a cycle ending. And You know, it's always a month of cycles ending, but this year it really is. I mean, we have so many different things that are encouraging these cycles to end, which is this new moon in Pisces, this full moon in Virgo, this full moon in Libra, this astrological new year, which is symbolic for, you know, the sun entering the first house, which means it's traveled around the whole entire zodiac wheel. This happens every year on the Pisces Aries cusp. So on the 19th / the 20th, we'll have the sun enter Aries, which is literally symbolic for the first day of spring, the spring equinox. So as far as moons, we have a lot of emotion, a lot of new beginnings and endings. We have that opportunity today to plant the seeds that will come to fruition on the Libra full moon from the 17th to the 31st. We need to be manifesting a lot of stuff that we want to see come true in our fruition, okay? So Virgo full moon on March 1st. We had, for the first couple weeks of March, guys, I mean, we're looking back now. As we watch this and as I speak about this, we're looking back to our past. That first couple weeks of March were very, very intense. I mean, there was a stellium in Pisces. We had Venus, Mercury, the Sun, Neptune, and Chiron all in Pisces. We have a little bit of a stellium going on in Pisces today, too. We have the Sun and the Moon and Neptune and Chiron. So, you know, but not as powerful as Mercury and Venus being there. So until the 6th, so I think for a good few weeks or so, we had Venus and Mercury in Pisces, which is very spiritual. But Mercury and Venus entered Aries together on the 6th. And then we had a Jupiter retrograde on March 8th. And daylight savings time on March 11th. I wanted to reach that. I mean, I wanted to mention that because even something like that, it brings a different energy to our world. I mean, the sun is staying out for longer. It gets darker later, I believe. That's what it seems like to me, at least. You know, we move an hour ahead or whatever. So that is something energetic that happened on March 8th. On March 11th. Jupiter retrograde. I have Jupiter videos out, you guys, for any of you who want to know what this Jupiter retrograde is all about. Jupiter was the first planet to go retrograde in March. We had 3 long, beautiful months of all the planets moving direct. So hopefully we took that time as a big green light for the universe. We took that time to start a lot of projects and new beginnings. And now Jupiter takes its turn to go retrograde. And we also have Mercury going retrograde on the 22nd in Aries. So that's going to be interesting. I'm happy to get all these videos out before that because you know how that can be with electronics and stuff. So just be careful, guys. Make sure you're keeping your receipts to certain things and stuff like that, okay? A lot of stuff going on. So Pisces new moon today on the 17th. It's already passed. It happened at 6 a.m. And we have St. Patrick's Day on that same day. So a new moon, St. Patrick's. This is a very, very lucky new moon, you guys. Anything that we plant, anything that we manifest is very much going to come true because it's on this symbolic day for luck, right? St. Patrick's Day is not only about drinking, it's the luck of the Irish. You know, we have these 4-leaf clovers and the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow type of thing. So there's going to be a pot of gold at the end of the manifested rainbows we have this month, okay? And the next thing that we have towards the end of the month is Mercury retrograde, which I mentioned in Aries. Also on March 17th, we have Mars entering Capricorn. That was something I did not mention in the Capricorn video. So that's just something to keep in mind, guys, that Mars is entering Capricorn today. We have the sun entering Aries on the 20th. Happy Astrology Day, National Astrology Day, Astrological New Year. Happy Spring Equinox. And then, of course, that Mercury retrograde happening. So, you know, I try to keep it in order. So, yeah. Mercury retrograde happening after the equinox. And then we have Venus entering Taurus on March 31st. So we end the month there. And then interesting that Venus enters Taurus the same day that we have the Libra full moon, because that's a very Venus ruled energy. That is a very Venus, because Taurus and Libra are both ruled by Venus. So this full moon at the end of the month is very centered around abundance and attraction and beauty. So it's a very nice time to be manifesting those things from 17th to the 31st. You really want to align yourself with abundance and beauty and love and attraction. We can attract these things into our life right now, attract love. Venus and Taurus is going to be lit. And then again, that Libra full moon, it's interesting to start the month off on March 1st with a full moon. And then we end the month with a full moon in Libra. So there's these full moons, you know, that are literally impacting this whole entire month. So that tells me that this moon is, I'm sorry, this month, I keep calling it the moon month. So let me put that up here, just the moon month. Because we got 2 full moons. Now, next month, we go back to having just 1 moon, which is kind of intense having 2 full moons in 1 month, don't you think? So as far as the moons go, it definitely tells me that there's a lot of emotion, a lot of completions and new beginnings starting. We have so much, guys, and this is just the notes that I had. I talk about how this is going to personally affect us in each of our readings. Okay, the readings are quite nice this month. It was nice to do the readings first and then do the intro. So that's been nice, but that's why the videos are coming out a little bit later, because I have to wait to record my intro video, which is a part of this whole thing, right? So yeah, we definitely want to be careful. I don't know why I said that. We definitely want to be careful, huh? Well, the universe wanted to say that. I was just talking about how I had to wait to record my videos for the intro. So, I don't know. I guess there's something that we should be careful this month, you know, with ourselves and with the people around us, with all these completions going on, because, you know, Pisces season is a very, very symbolic time. You know, this is the 12th house we're talking about here, Neptune, spirituality, subconscious energy, you know. So as far as Pisces season, guys, it's very spiritual. And I hope that you can feel that kind of energy in the videos. They are kind of long, so I wanted to kind of get my intro recorded so that I can get these uploaded for you guys. You know, it's just such a spiritual time. And as a Pisces, I can definitely feel the fact that we're literally standing in between an ending and a new beginning. And there's a certain cycle that is closing out, and there's a new cycle that is literally days away from starting. So as far as our intent, guys, as far as what we're manifesting, you know, it's all about thinking about the journey. So you want to think about last March and what all that you've been through, the journey that has taken place, you know, the challenges, the obstacles, what you've overcome, your success. You know, very important right now that we're thinking back on what has happened since March 17th, 2017, and what has happened from March, basically last year, because that's the astrological new year, you know, March 20th. So whatever happened from March 20th last year to now is everything that we should be embracing and reflecting on. What is it that you still have to do work on? What is it that you still could grow? Where are areas you could still grow? What have you accomplished? What have you succeeded in? So it's our successes, you know, and it's also the journey up ahead. You know, the journey up ahead has a lot to do with what hasn't been completed this cycle. So as far as these cycles and this energy and these moons and just everything that the 12th house represents, a lot of growth going on, you guys. And I know sometimes the 12th house can make us feel very pushed and pulled and just ripped into shreds, you know. This Pisces energy is collective. And it's this time of year when we really, really start to understand at an energetic level why Pisces is all zodiac signs, you know, all zodiac signs in one. And it's because all of us go through something in Pisces season. It's not just Aries or Taurus or Gemini, or it's not just ourself or our values. You know, Pisces represents the collective. Pisces season is a very emotional time. And it's when unresolved emotions come to the surface. So March could be filled with a lot of unresolved emotions, guys. It certainly has been for me. But the thing is we're headed into the last couple of days of Pisces season. So we made it through, guys. We made it through. And, you know, the end of March is always a little bit different. The energies pick up. Aries comes in and they're so strong. They're so powerful. They're all about self. They're all about the I am. So we take what we've learned about everything on this journey and then we apply it to the Aries first house of self. So this is a new journey, a new beginning for all of us. And, you know, anytime anything passes through the 12th house and into the first house, there's a rebirth that takes place. So the sun is about to be reborn. Our awareness is about to be reborn. You know, the fact that Venus, the way that we love the goddess, we're attracting new beginnings right now because Venus has already passed through that cusp of rebirth, which is starting today from March 17th to March 23rd. There's a very mixture of Pisces Aries energy, which is very steamy and passionate. It's water and fire. It's cardinal and mutable. It's the ram. It's the two different fish. So it's about taking that cycle and charging forward to a new one with that Aries energy. So the end of March, when we finish the third decan of Pisces and we enter the first decan of Aries, there's going to be a lot of passion that comes in. There's going to be a lot of fire. There's going to be a lot of heat. You know what I mean? We have these retrogrades and stuff like that. But we're one step closer to a new journey, you guys. There's so much ending and completing in different areas of our life. So I hope I did a good job in the videos kind of explaining that, and I hope what comes up in the videos is relatable and helpful, especially because I'm a Pisces and this is Pisces season. And the fact that Pisces kind of are at home in this energy, you know, Pisces everywhere, they kind of come out in Pisces season with poetry and stories and pictures and love and water and intuition. The fish come out to swim in Pisces season. Now, we're feeling very refreshed as Pisces because we've had our solar returns. By the way, happy birthday to any Pisces watching. Happy birthday to any Aries watching. And I just want to thank any new subscribers. I love you guys all my viewers. I try to connect with you guys so deeply. Shout out to all of you who have got personal readings with me so far. It's just been one hell of a journey. And I sit back and I think of how far I've come since last March, and it's just mind-blowing. It's so great, you know, to share this journey with you all. I've been doing this channel for almost a year now, and I don't regret it. I'm so happy I pushed myself last March to do this, because I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys. I wouldn't have such a handful of people. I have almost 800 followers, and to me that's just so humbling. It's not about the number, it's not about the money, it's about the message that I have to share. So I hope you enjoy the messages that I have that came up for you this month, and hopefully I'll be back talking to you next month. There's a lot of changes going on with me, guys, and you know, I could potentially find myself in a situation where it's not as easy to read tarot, if you know what I mean. And if that does happen, if that is on my path, you know, then I will do my best to still talk to you guys and still, you know, still make my guidance available to you, because I do appreciate connecting with you all. So I want to get this video uploaded. I didn't want my intro video to be too crazy. You know, it's very important to stay clear in Pisces season. It's very important to have everything kind of straightforward, because the energy in the universe, it has already been very hectic. It's already been very fluid and watery. So I wanted to really tap into my Capricorn rising and my Taurus moon this month. But of course, my Pisces creativity is definitely shining through also. So, alright guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I am going to have a timestamp below to fast forward the intro if any of you just, you know, don't want to continue watching the intro. So, I have all the love for you guys. I hope Pisces season has been so transforming. I hope Pisces season has been spiritual. I hope you have been emotionally awakened. And I hope the cycles that are ending for you end with grace and end with love, so that you can open a new door of reality and to start this new journey on the right foot. Alright guys, I guess I will see you in your next videos, okay? Bye. Hello Gemini. Welcome to your March tarot reading. So, oh Gemini. Whew. Now I feel like I just need to make sure my breathing is okay. Like, it's Pisces season, guys. Almost Aries season. Which I never thought I'd be happy to say that, but let me tell you, the more woke you become, the more you just see things for what they really are. So even this Pisces is looking forward to Aries season, because it has been, well, Gemini, I think you know how Pisces season has been. It didn't really dawn on me until a while ago. Well, it's just something I kind of remembered, I guess, in Pisces season, that Pisces squares Gemini. And, you know, I have a little bit more to learn about trines and sextiles and squares, but if there's anything I know about squares, it's that the energies can be a little bit challenging. It's like the two different energies are fighting to express themselves. And it makes me think about my relationships with Geminis, which is an interesting relationship. you guys are a mutable sign. And while I was shuffling your cards, I definitely had a lot of thoughts. And since it's Pisces season, I'm even more so tapping into like collective energies. So I know that everything that happens around me is like a synchronicity and that it has a deeper meaning. Those things are just kind of amplified in Pisces season. So I'm really paying attention to how I feel during these readings this month for several reasons. And for your reading, Gemini, well, you're the first mutable sign. I do the readings in order, and you're the first mutable sign that I came across. And I was wondering, well, I woke up kind of just a little bit drained today, but I believe everything happens in divine timing. I woke up early, even though I went to bed late, so I knew that the universe woke me up for a reason. And I think it's so that I had a lot of light for your video, so that it was very clear, and so that I could get your videos recorded today. So I woke up and everything was fine. It's just I have this kind of a drained energy, kind of this meh energy today. And it's kind of like, I feel like, it could be the new moon. Oh, hell yeah, I forgot. But the moon has slipped into Pisces. That's exactly what it is. Because last night the moon was at like 28 degrees Aquarius. So yeah, the moon's in Pisces and it's going to be new. Oh man, I'm going to have a whole nother video about that, guys, but this is some intense energy going on. It's kind of like literally, it's not that I don't care, so I'm not sure if you guys have been, what I'm saying is I think all these feelings relate to you somehow. And see, I do this thing where I shuffle the cards. Your cards are already shuffled. These are definitely, it took a little while for your cards to get shuffled. This deck you came out rather quickly, and I always wait till your ruling card is on the bottom of the deck. That's kind of my little sign with spirit. Well, I have 2 decks that I'm going to use this month, and by the way, Gemini, congratulations. Every month I give a special giveaway to 2 signs: the sign that views my videos the most, that has the highest viewers, and the sign that has the most likes. And Gemini, you had the most views, I believe. And no, I believe you had the most likes. You had like 15 likes or so. And then Scorpio won the other giveaway. So I have additional decks that I'm going to be using for your reading as a little token of my gratitude. And to be honest, I think it's just the universe's way of apologizing for how trying and challenging and difficult Pisces season can be for you all. I definitely feel that energy, the Pisces square. And so it's just very interesting, the energy that I feel. I feel a little bit better. I've already saged myself, and I'm actually going to light some sage for you, Gemini, and clear your energy as a mutable sign. Because us mutable signs, we just feel Pisces season differently. We feel mutable energy because our sun is in a mutable sign. So mutable sun signs, I'm not sure if you're a Gemini rising watching this, even for you. But I'm specifically talking to the Gemini suns, because whenever the sun enters a mutable sign, we feel it very strongly. But see, when the sun enters Pisces, it's the last mutable sign of the astrological new year. So it can just kind of add a little bit of like the mutality of not only Pisces and Gemini and Sagittarius and Virgo, but just it's like combining all those mutable energies, all the fixed energies, all the cardinal. But, Pisces is a mutable sign, so the mutable signs feel it differently. So I feel that I haven't done Virgo or Sagittarius's video or Pisces video, but I feel that the mutable signs are going to be quite an interesting energy for me to tap into this month. So yeah, you have some additional tarot cards that are going to be pulled for you, Gemini, which is exciting. And yeah, it took a really long time for your energy to come out, and I felt the need to be really patient with your guys' cards. I was even handling the cards with a gentleness. So I feel that Gemini needs a certain gentleness this month in Pisces season and in March, and maybe even in the beginning of April. Especially as all this energy enters, like it goes through your 11th house of Aries and then your 12th house of Taurus. Really important that, you're just handling yourself with, like I literally just almost don't want to touch anything or something. Like there's just something. And there's a need to just be very, very gentle with you and very, very patient with you this month, because you know, I don't get in, I do get impatient sometimes, but there was something significant about waiting for your card to show up and be ready for your cards to be shuffled, because I don't begin until I see the ruling tarot card. For you, it's the Lovers. So it even came into my mind that a search for the Lovers. There's something, I heard that in my head, a search for the Lovers, because that's what I was literally doing, is searching for the Lovers. And you know what's even funnier is that your energy wouldn't show up until I spoke your name. I said Gemini, and then it dawned on me like, wow, I wasn't really focusing. I wasn't really focusing. I was very distracted. Like, I was very patient, but also distracted. I'm like, at some points I was shuffling, and I'm like, well, fuck, did I miss it? Because I would notice my mind just kind of veering off while I'm shuffling, and it's like, wait a minute, did I just see the Lovers? Did I see the Lovers card? Because the Lovers card looks a bit different in this deck. It looks almost like the Two of Cups. I'll show you here in a minute. So there's a need to be focused this month in March, Gemini. And there's a need to be patient with yourself and to surround yourself with other people who are patient, and to also be patient with others. But it's really focused on you, though, to be patient with yourself. And there's almost this quiet feeling, which I'm relating to air, you know what I mean? You're an air sign, so you're the third house of communication. And the throat chakra is ruled by Taurus, which is your 12th house, which is just kind of magical if you think about it. Your subconscious is literally the throat chakra, and that just kind of helps you, being ruled by Mercury and all these communicating things. So I feel the need to be kind of soft and quiet with you this month, and you know, there's a need to just pay attention to distractions, because I know Gemini, the Gemini mind, all the Geminis I know openly admit to me that their mind is just like a squirrel, you know, and I think it's cool because I'm a mutable sign, and I'm kind of like that too. So I like to just kind of bounce around in conversation. So I think you and I will be fine. And I hope you guys didn't mind my little intro. But I just had a lot to talk to you guys about, and I just want to keep it real and not boss myself around this month. I really just want to get the messages out, no matter how long they are or what comes up. I just think it's so important, whatever channel I did, like whatever comes out. So I'm going to be very gentle on this search for the Lovers. And I'm just gonna see what comes up and be very, very kind and patient with you guys. And also, I was thinking so much during your guys' video that I literally felt the need, like, I'm like, I hope I remember all this. I have got to mention all this to them. And so I literally had to grab a piece of paper and write it all down, because I did not want to forget any of that. And I don't know if that's symbolic to you guys, if it's easy to write things down this month, or if you just need to write out your thoughts because your mind is all over the place. But that's what was going on for me, guys, and I really do feel your energy present. I mean, it is present. And, you know, you are a part of this mutable tribe, so, yeah. So, let me sage here. I've already cleared my energy, but I think it's because you're a mutable sign, and there's just so much happening with the mutable signs, because I did not sage for the Aries or Taurus video. So, we'll see what happens when I get to Virgo. Oh God. No offense if you're Virgo watching, just really intense energy. So yeah, sage is really good for Gemini, and so are incense. And I'm going to be using an incense in your video today too. So if you want, you can just focus on the smoke. You know, I know maybe some of you, I don't think so, because you're probably spiritual if you're watching this video, but some of you could be like, you know, I always wonder that. If people wonder why I sage through my computer sometimes, it's like, dude, you did not know how real, like, spirit can really be. Like, just by focusing on the smoke, and of course, just by focusing on the smoke, it really does clear your energy, and you guys can let me know if you feel a difference. But this, I'm setting the intent for this to clear your energy and to be released out into the universe for you guys. This is literally great for air signs. So if you guys have sage and you use sage, it's like literally really great for clearing the conscious and clearing like energy, you know. So definitely clearing this space for you. The smoke is really going for you guys too. So that air element, yeah. I mean, the universe is about to switch over to a fire sign, which is your opposite element in astrology. Sage is just, it's such a neutralizer, I realize. It just literally neutralizes the energy. Gemini, I'm gonna go get my water. It's like right by me, so I'll be right back. Okay, because my throat, see, there's like a need to speak. I just want I don't know, I feel like you guys, I feel like communication, I don't know if it's the Mercury retrograde this month or what, guys. But there's a need to speak this month, but I don't want to speak, but there's a need to speak, and I only feel that in the Gemini video, so I feel that that is significant for you all. But let's just get into your reading and see what the universe has to say to you, because that's what I have to say to you, Gemini, and I fucking love you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a 12 card spread for you because, you know, Pisces is the 12th house. 12 is a very powerful number. There's a lot of 12s in our universe. There's like 12 hours, 12 months. Oh, all these things, 12 disciples. So I think 12 is a powerful number, and I wanted to get 6 cards from this tarot deck. This is traditional. And then I wanted to get 6 cards from this deck, which is a different deck, but it's still traditional tarot. Now I'm being led to look what's behind you, Gemini. Okay, so this really is the search for the lovers. I just felt the need to do that. I mean, I'm not really sure why, because in the other videos I picked up the cards quite easily and just kind of got into their reading, and I almost forgot to do it for you. So it's like a hesitation to search. But we do have the Hanged Man. I mean, I'm not kidding you, Gemini. There's a need. There's something that maybe you're hesitant to find out in March. But it could just be my Funko energy. It might be my energy. I'm not sure. But I'm led to believe that there's something here. And it could be because you're being led to see something from a different angle. Or because you're gaining enlightenment from this suspension that you feel, Gemini. The Hanged Man is all about that. It's all about enlightenment, and it's all about seeing things from a different perspective. So, you know, he hung himself here, and he's quite comfortable here, you know, but he is still hanging. And of course, we have the Magician underneath that, which is, I believe, a Gemini Virgo card because it symbolizes Mercury, but it's also a symbol of your magic, Gemini. You guys are quite magical. You are the cusp. You have the cusp of magic. The Gemini Cancer cusp is the cusp of magic, I believe. So you are, you know, I'm not sure if you knew that, but that means that you're kind of in cahoots with this magical energy. And this is Mercury, you and your magical mind, right? Which is interesting that I say that because the Hanged Man has a magical mind as well. There's a lot of enlightenment going on. But then I have the Nine of Wands here, okay, which is a wounded energy. And, you know, it's kind of like, well, when's the next fight going to happen? You know, and this could be fights happening mentally with you because this guy does have an ace bandage on his head. So it always makes me think that this is a mental battle, kind of, even though it's not air cards. Speaking of that, I don't really have any air cards on the table yet, so we'll see. But I'm not sure why the universe just made me set these cards up like this. But there is some kind of love going on here. Oh, fuck yeah, there is. Because we have the Ace of Cups and the Six of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is a new love offer. Well, these are both, this is new love on the table. I mean, we have the Knight of Cups here too. Now here down with the Seven of Swords. So I'm not sure if there's something going on with stealing with a lover or being mentally stolen from or mentally hurt this month by people you love. But this is the Soulmate card. Now, Mercury going retrograde, Gemini, you know that brings people back from the past. And for you, it probably brings a lot of communication back from the past. I haven't really ever thought about that. But I wonder how Mercury retrograde affects Gemini. Mercury is your ruling planet, so, you know, Mercury being the planet that rules our communication, it's just interesting that if a lot of people hit you up after the 22nd or even before, because we're in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, and plus this is for March, this whole video, so we have to consider the few weeks that have, the couple of weeks that have already passed. First couple weeks of March as well, and even a little bit into April, my videos kind of stretch that way. So we have the Six of Cups here though. Someone coming back from the past, soulmate coming back from the past. This could just be feelings returning back from the past, which is such a Pisces season thing. Such a Mercury, Jupiter retrograde thing. I also have Jupiter retrograde videos out, guys, if you want to check the Gemini one out. I have to take another drink of water. A fish has to swim, I guess. So interesting to see this, though. This Ace of Cups with this Six of Cups. I mean, I just think cups from your past are being filled, and this could be the Pisces water that you feel the majority of March. But I do see healing happening, Gemini. Maybe that's why I feel kind of drained, and why I feel that quiet, like almost peaceful, patient energy with you, because that's the energy that comes up when this kind of healing takes place. I mean, there's a lot of growth. And this could be, you know, I always keep Gemini in mind when I do their reading. It could literally be the twin in you. You know, the younger version of you, the more older version of you. You guys are so dual, and oh my God, that's another thing. Not only are you a mutable sign, but you're also a dual sign. So Pisces season is both mutable and dual as well. So if you're wondering why your energy could be a little wacky in March, it's because Pisces squares you, and it's such an intense energy to square you. But it does bring you healing, though, Gemini. You know, I know it's painful and irritating, and it makes you really snappy and savage, which you already are always. But when energy squares Gemini, it gets hard to communicate. It gets hard to think. It gets hard to be. And now we have all these retrogrades, and times are changing. But don't worry, Gemini. Like, holy cow, how was the first couple weeks of Pisces season with that fucking huge, powerful-ass stellium? Like, that stellium... Well, no wonder these cup cards are showing up. No wonder you were a little bit hard to find in the beginning, because you're just out, you're hiding. Some of you could even be isolating yourself or just staying in more because you're just not feeling it. Well, that energy is not going to be here to stay, Gemini. It's actually, the closer and closer we get to Aries season in the astrological new year, the more and more these energies kind of like lessen. You know what I mean? It's like we're learning a lesson as these energies lessen. So I don't know why my mind just kind of realized that those words are spelled different and have two different meanings, but the energies are going to lighten up, and you are being healed. And this could be a lover for some of you. This could be emotions that you haven't been able to communicate actually flowing and coming out finally. But you want to be careful not to let that be stolen from you, okay? And we do have the Knight of Cups with the Page of Wands. So, you know, I think there's a new creative beginning. I think there's action when it comes to emotions. And to a Gemini, that could just really piss you off, you know, because you're an air sign, and you do better during exciting, expressive times. Not, let's sit here and feel the feeliest of feels that ever felt. You know, like, I'm not saying you guys don't have feelings, but I don't really think you enjoy submerging like that. You know, air signs are kind of unique in that way. Here's your Lover's card in this deck. Isn't it beautiful? It looks very similar to the Two of Cups, except the Two of Cups are two people sitting by a tree in this deck, so I need to keep that in mind, because sometimes I get them, like, at first glance, this looks very Two of Cup-ish. But, you know, that's exactly what the Lovers are anyway, is a harmonious relationship. I love your guys' ruling tarot card, so I don't know if there's a mental battle going on here, Gemini, but if there is, it's all about seeing something from a different point of view, and, you know, you're not going to stay suspended for long. So that was just a little spiel there that the universe wanted, well, me and the universe wanted to do that there. So let's hone in on the actual spirit around you this month in March, and any energetic guidance that we can tap into. So this is literally Gemini energy, sun, moon, rising, and whatever the hell else you're watching this for. So what's going on for Gemini? And I have to be careful because I'm shaking the table. Wow, and the Hangman comes out again. So you can't fake this kind of thing. The Hangman is definitely a part of your reading this month. So, you know, there's the Three of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck as that kind of flipped out. So it makes me wonder if you're not temporarily pausing in some kind of teamwork, team effort kind of thing, but there is a need to like chill and let yourself become enlightened, and working together, putting your heads together is what I just heard. Put your heads together. It could be you and the twin thing, or you and the people around you. I'm not sure, Gemini, but that Hangman is pretty fucking important to come back out. Okay, and so this was a weird card. It kind of came out sideways there. So, yeah, the Three of Pentacles wanted to come back out again, and the Page of Pentacles. So, that's the first 3 cards there, which I consider a little bit of the first week of March, or the first 2 weeks of March. And then this will maybe be the, wow, your cards are... So it's really not that hard to get Gemini talking when you strike up a conversation. New beginning at the bottom of the deck. And I say that because your cards were... They seem... I mean, you just really have to be patient this month for something. And it's like, as soon as I started to communicate with you and connect with you and be patient with you and understanding, the clearer my mind and communication got, the easier your... Like, literally, your cards are just coming out in such a way this month. Very mutable energy. Not sure if it's you, if it's me. But yeah, I mean, like, here's the Ace of Cups and the Lovers coming out again. So, wow. And Fool card at the bottom of the deck. So, new beginning with emotions. New beginning for you, Gemini. In every sense of the way. New beginning in love, maybe. Literally. Because I can't get too caught up in the Lovers card being Gemini. Because the Lover, I mean... Yeah, because the Lovers is actually also a relationship thing. Knight of Swords, another Gemini card coming out. So there's something you're charging forward to. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is the Emperor. So of course, Aries energy is influencing you this month, you know, because after the 19th, it's going to be Aries season. This is the astrological new year. This is you taking your power back. And I also seen a sneak peek of the 10 of Cups. So, interesting there, Gemini. I'm not sure if you're dealing with an Aries or if this is just Aries energy coming through in March. 8 of Cups comes out for the Hanged Man. So, yeah, we'll get going on this reading and just kind of see what comes up. See, I love this. I look down and we're only like 23 minutes in. And so I just thought we had been talking for a lot longer than what we... Oh, wow, 2 of Cups. See, this is the card I'm talking about. This is the card that looked like the Lover's card, but it's different. So, wow, Gemini, a lot of duality in your reading. 2 of Pentacles. Wow. I would say there's a lot of duality, wouldn't you? 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 2 of Cups, 2, 2, 2, Gemini? What's up with that? Page of Knight of Wands at the bottom now. If you want to see, Knight of Wands. But what's up with the 2s? I think 2 is a very duality number. I think both parts of you are really being painfully called to the surface here in March because of Pisces duality. Like, I'm not sure if you feel that way in Libra season because they're the only other dual sign, but probably not, Gemini. Because Libra is an air energy, so at least you're at home. Also, Libra is your 5th house. So I highly doubt Libra season feels the same to you. Because Libra energy is kind of fun and it's kind of familiar. But Pisces season brings up this kind of stuff. So 2 of Swords is a mental energy. 2 of Pentacles is a grounded, logical, financial energy. And 2 of Cups is emotional energy. So possibly in March, Gemini is going to be, or is feeling, there's a lot of decisions here to make too. Decision in emotions, decisions in love, decisions in your mind, decisions with communication and in conversation, and also decisions when it comes to finances. Like, holy cow, are you conflicted? But I'm not only feeling conflicted here, I'm also feeling just a safe duality. Like, if this was for any other sign, I probably would feel very, very different energy. Like, oh my God, you know, you have so many decisions to make. But since you're a Gemini, and since you have that dual energy, I know that you understand. Like, Pisces understands this, Gemini understands this, Libra would understand this. We do better with this kind of energy than any other sign. So don't be afraid, Gemini, if you're just feeling kind of juggly this month. I mean, there's obviously a lot of push and pull going on here in the emotions, in the mind, in your physical reality. Okay? No wonder the Lovers is literally on the table. You, the masculine, the feminine, the light, the dark, the up, the down. Do I feel? Do I detach? So maybe there's a decision between your emotions and your finances. Because this 2 of Swords could literally represent these 2 things, you know. Both swords are kind of, And this is the crescent moon, so this could happen around you might be feeling this way specifically around the 17th, 18th, and 19th, 20th, 21st, because that's when the moon's going to be in crescent form. And I just know that because the moon is new in Pisces on the 17th, so that it won't be visible in the sky. And then a few days later, it'll start. So this is like the 23rd I'm seeing, 24th. Or just around the new moon, or all the time in March. Throughout March, in different ways, you could be feeling this double energy. So 222. 222. I wanna look up what that number means spiritually. I don't know right off the bat in my head, but Gemini, I do encourage you to look up the spiritual meaning of the number 222 and just kind of let yourself fly through the internet and see what you come across, because I feel that you'll find a message for yourself that will further guide you in this reading. I mean, this is 3 2s. And I almost want to leave all these out. Yeah, I'm gonna. Because I just feel like they matter. So I guess we'll come back to that, because you never know, we might come across more information. So Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck for all those 2s. So you're passionately charging. You're mentally charging forward in March, and you're also passionately charging forward as well. So show me the 3 of Pentacles for Gemini's reading in March 2018, please. What is this 3 of Pentacles here? 9 of Swords, okay. Working together. Oh no, that is the 10 of Swords. Excuse me. Sorry, 10 of Swords. So there could be a teamwork situation that is dead in March. Like, maybe that's why you feel kind of misunderstood. And there is a need to mentally work together. Mentally work together, Gemini. Because it's being validated by air energy. So there's such a heavy mental energy with you right now. It could be because of the Mercury retrograde happening. Not sure. Let's get the full picture here. Show me the page. Okay. Okay. So 9 of Cups with the Page of Pentacles, and the Fool card with the Ace of Cups, and the Hermit card at the bottom of the deck with the 3 of Wands. So, and now the 8 of Wands. So there's some isolation going on here about a futuristic decision. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands with the Hermit, huh? Some of you may be thinking about a future with a Virgo. I know a few Gemini Virgo couples, which doesn't surprise me because that's the Mercury unition, or unition, is that a word? Goodness. That's the Mercury union. There is a serious throat chakra problem right now. That could very well be my own fault though, because I just woke up not too long ago and I didn't drink that much water yet. But I think that it was also symbolic. Okay, what is this? Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, Gemini coming out on the Lovers. So there is a love offer, or just the new feels. Like, Gemini, no wonder you feel so irritated and pissed off. It's because love is around you. So, okay, Libra coming out with the 6 of Wands. So 2 different Justice cards, 2 different Victorious cards. And those are both, you got 2 cards validating that. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. So we have the Page of Pentacles twice on the table. And I'm going to pull your additional cards towards the ending when I know your whole reading. Okay, so let's get going. Let's get going on your reading. This is so interesting. And let's not forget this 222 over here as well. I think I might clarify that for you as your gift, because that's interesting. So your reading starts out with the Hanged Man, which we talked a little bit about already. This is suspension. This is enlightenment. This is patience. And, you know, it may feel like slow movement in March, like something's just not popping off the way that you really wanted it to. But the universe is telling me that there's a reason for that, because you are gaining such enlightenment right now. So I feel that anything that happens in March for you, Gemini, is seriously divinely orchestrated and very important to your spiritual path. Like, this is spiritual enlightenment. This is a Neptune card, a Neptune retrograde card, I believe. So this could also be symbolic for the kind of weird, funky Pisces energy, the Neptune energy squaring you forever. You know, that's a whole different story. But it is being validated with this Eight of Cups here, which is a water energy. So you could be looking at your emotions in a different way in March. You could be looking at a situation you left behind in a different way, because the Eight of Cups talks all about, you know, walking away from the material life, walking away from what no longer serves you emotionally, walking away from an emotional situation in order to start a spiritual journey. So it's interesting, I'm feeling a spiritual element with the Hanged Man with you, for real. I think you're tapping into certain spiritual parts of you. You do have that in there, Gemini. You are literally, I always tell Gemini that they're kind of angels too. You know, Libra and Virgo are angels, but Gemini is ruled by the messenger of God, you know, and you're the opposite of Sagittarius. So it's like there is an angelic prophetic vibe to Gemini as well. Your lover's card is so Adam and Eve, so there's something there. And every Gemini I know is literally a messenger of God. Like every Gemini I know. They just speak the truth. They communicate from heaven. It's just seriously lit. So back to your reading though, Gemini, there's a spiritual element here. So I guess we really didn't stray that far from your reading. Like it kind of related. So you're spiritually seeing things differently now in March. And this is just the beginning of a journey, because you're finally mentally deciding to go on this journey. I mean, literally your birthday is not that far away. We have Aries season and Taurus season, and then before you know it, it's just going to be summer, and it's going to be your birthday. You're going to have your solar return, so it's like waiting for your solar return and walking away from something until then. But you're like headed towards the mountains, and the moons this month. We have a full moon in Libra. That's your sister sign. Libra came up for your reading, so there's something victorious going on at the end of the month for you with that Libra full moon for sure, because the very last card of your deck is the Justice card, and it has that very huge full moon there, and it came out with the Six of Wands. So that's like being recognized for the things that you do. Like there's a parade going on for you. In this card, it's these little children playing, but hello, look at your little twins, and there's like this woman here too. So I'm not sure, but I just see victory and justice coming in, literally. And I'll get to that. I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself, which is interesting because the Knight of Swords is the card that those two cards are laying on. So I'm even rushing towards the ending, Gemini. But there's a need to be patient. It's interesting how we have the first card is the Hanged Man, which is patience, slowing down. This is retrograde energy. So Mercury and Jupiter are retrograding in March, towards the end of March. And so in March, we're all being led to kind of slow down. Pisces energy is very slow too. So Pisces season was about really kicking back, which I've seen a lot of Geminis do this month, is just really take a break. Because I'm telling you, nobody really talks about it, but Pisces season is really intense and gnarly for Gemini. Like, it really affects them differently. All the Geminis, they get very moody in March. And it's no joke. Like, it's because Pisces energy squares, and I can only imagine that, because Pisces energy is so intense, and there's this subtle and soft demanding side of the Pisces energy. Like, there's no escaping the 12th house, and the 12th house the 12th house squares you. So this energy is literally talking about that. You know, there's a need to stay, there's a need to go. You could feel conflicted about that. Could be about a lover, it could be about a mental decision, it could be about a financial decision or a grounded decision, but there's, you know, it's like you're hanging there. There's a part of you hanging there, but there's a part of you that has left and that's leaving. So there's a stay and a leave energy, stay and go. Hurry up and slow down. Like, make sure you leave and stay. Like, it's kind of contradicting. But I also see that you need to look at a situation differently before you walk away. And you're walking away for spiritual reasons. Like, it has to do with your own personal truth, your own spiritual personal truth. And that's what's going on in March, because you're getting ready for your solar return. I mean, there's a big, huge full moon in this card too, which is interesting because we literally started the month out March 1st, full moon in Virgo. March 31st, full moon in Libra. So there's like this archangel energy, this moon subconscious. Oh man, was March a really strange month. So moon, literally your reading is very accurate. because there's a full moon. So you may have walked away from something with the Virgo full moon, and you may get justice for that towards the end of the month with the Libra full moon. So those moons I'm seeing, I'm not sure. I'm not going to get too far into your business, Gemini, because I'm humble and I have what the universe wants me to have. So I don't want to pry too much, even though we're definitely going to pry. But yeah, there's something going on with those moons. And there's also a new moon that I mentioned to you in Pisces happening on the 17th. A lot of moon energy this month. So interesting. So let's move on here to this Three of Pentacles and Ten of Swords. So there could have very well been something that you walked away from. You could have walked away from a situation that was not, well, it could have been a third-party situation, right? Because anytime we see a 3, which you did have those 2, 2, 2, which came out in 3. So there could be multiple partners going on, or like just multiple thoughts or something. But, you know, something wasn't harmonious, something wasn't going well together. So you could have walked away from that because of how painfully mentally it was, and not grounded. It wasn't grounded. Like, I think this was a long situation coming, Gemini, and I'm not sure what this is for all of you. Some of you it's a relationship. Some of you it's just happening in your mind. Some of it's like work or school or something, but it's just important for you to really work together, because this is the work together card, teamwork. But it's coming out with the Ten of Swords, so it's like you feel really mentally exhausted, and there's a need to heal, but there's also a mental completion going on. So as far as Mercury going retrograde, I think your mind is being upgraded and grounded, and you need to put your heads together. If you're involved in a situation that has anything to do with something going according to plan, you know, because there's an essence here about that too, about some kind of contract or things just going according to plan, but you resting in March about that plan. Like, yes, you have this plan and you have these people you're working for and working with and working together, all this teamwork, and I'm seeing it's a very mentally draining process for you because of maybe you're balancing school and balancing work, balancing something it's mental and it's real. You know, this is a very realistic energy. So Gemini, you need to heal your mind, okay? It's not even necessarily about sleep for you. It's about relaxing and letting the light, I mean, it's interesting that we have the Hanged Man and the light over your head there, and then we have the light kind of shining in here in this Ten of Swords on your mind. There's a need to and let your mind light up. There's a need to let the light into your mind. Enlightenment is literally what that is. Because there's a completion going on. Anytime we see a 10, there's a completion going on here. Even though there's work to be done, there is a mental completion going on here that you need to slow down in order to let fully transition, you know what I mean? So, okay, we have the Page of Pentacles now with the Nine of Cups. So, the Page of Pentacles is a very interesting energy. It's a seed planting energy. And I'll show you here a little bit closer. Like, any page card is someone who found something new, and it's like literally a message or a new beginning. It's like a new immature journey. Like, it's okay for journeys to be immature because that means that they're new. And I do see a lot of newness on the table for you, of course, because you're like, obviously if you're walking away and going through a completion, the universe is gonna send you something new in place of that energy, right? That's all we have to do is make room for certain energy. So you're making the mental space here in March for certain new things to come in. Like, the universe has your back, Gemini. And there's a reason, because there's all this newness coming in all direction. Like, the sun is getting closer to you and closer to you and closer to your solar return. And in March, you could be finding a lot of new value in things, you know. Even though Pisces energy squares you, it teaches you still. So Page of Pentacles, newfound journey. This is something you can see and touch, okay? And it's something that you wished for, I'm seeing. Because the Nine of Pentacles is a wish come true card, or a make-a-wish card. So some of you have some kind of wish. It might be a financial wish in March, or just you may have had this. Or it may be a wish to be emotionally complete secretly and never tell anybody, because Geminis don't have feelings, right? You guys do not like to be known for that. That's why you pick on people and stuff. It's really cute. But I do know Gemini has those feelings inside, and they just express them in a really interesting way because of you being the Lovers card. It's like, you know, I don't know. It's just interesting there. So you guys do have these emotions, and you do have wishes. You do have things that fulfill you. I have to plug my charger in real quickly. Okay. So yeah, wish coming true about some new value in March. Wish coming true about a financially planted seed. I mean, you can see over here that there's fully grown trees and then a perfectly new field. So whatever you want to see grow, Gemini, with this Pisces new moon in March, or just in your life in general, it's really time to plant the seeds of your wishes, because this is like something coming to fruition. You know what I mean? Valuing your emotional completions, like valuing your emotional contentment is what I meant to say. Honoring what you feel, especially the old feelings that you've kept in for a long time, because that's exactly what's pouring out as we move on to these next cards. Like, I know that it's been a while since you've expressed your feelings, but Pisces season has that effect on people because it's our universe just kind of, our universe opens up to feelings in Pisces season, and we're all a part of the universe, so we do that too, and the cup just flows, right? So if this isn't a new love, which I'm telling you, I see new love for damn near every Gemini in existence right now, because there's the Page of Cups that came out, the Lovers card came out again, the Two of Cups is here. Like, some of you guys are literally in relationships, and they may be difficult relationships that you feel like you have to balance, but that's okay because you're a dual sign. And when all this energy moves out of Pisces into Aries, like the Sun, Mercury and Venus are already in Aries, so this is just, you know, new emotion. The universe, this is Pisces season, you know, the universe handing Gemini this overflowing emotion. I do see a white bird up there. So this is the same white bird that is also symbolized in this card. So there is a new love that is seriously really good for you. You guys both have the cup. You guys, if you're a bird, I'm a bird. You know, so this is a very pure love. I just love those two white birds up there, and that white bird and the Ace of Cups as well. So I just kind of felt led to show you that there. So there is some kind of love interest or love for yourself. You got to keep in mind that you are the twins, so that could be you and yourself sitting over there under that tree. But, you know, I do feel that this is something coming in that really gets your feelings flowing in March, which is a good thing because there's a new journey here as well. So there's a risk that you take with possibly something that you walked away from. It could be a spiritual risk, or maybe the universe is guiding you to take a risk with your emotions this month, because it's safe to in Pisces season. It's always safe to take a risk with your emotion, and it's okay to jump. It's like you're jumping towards something different now, whereas before you walked away from the emotion, but here you are literally embracing them. You know what I mean? The Eight of Cups is up here as you walking away from these cups, and then towards the end of the month, you're when this Pisces energy kind of chills down, you're able to start a new journey emotionally. Literally, this new journey is like jumping towards this Ace of Cups. So I see that this is a new, it just makes you feel good inside. This is a healing energy too. So this is you moving towards healing energy and moving towards, you know, just a new emotional start inside. And for you, I see it more as something, just a loving opportunity, something that just makes you happy. And I just see it as a new journey that heals you, or a new journey that happens after you heal. And also you taking a risk with a new lover or something, because we have the Lovers card. So your reading has a lot to do with you specifically, and I'm glad to see that. Here we have another card where your mind is being enlightened, Gemini, by the Sun. Archangel Michael here. So some of you have a relationship that the angels are literally rooting for. There's this angel kind of guiding your relationship from up above. I don't know if some of you have a soulmate that is passed away. Like, I'm not sure if they passed away in this life, but I'm seeing that, I'm not sure why I'm picking this up, but I feel that your soulmate is in the universe. They didn't get a body. A lot of your soulmates didn't get a body in this realm. So if you've ever felt like there's someone out there but you're never going to meet them, it's because they're with you inside you, and they decided to stay in heaven. You know, and I believe heaven is the universe. It's the cosmos, the collective. So this energy is just with you in spirit. And that was just coming out for some of you. Others of you walked away from an angelic divine relationship, and there's like a new love coming in. So there may be 3 different options this month, Gemini, which might have to do with the 3 of Pentacles up there. I do feel that some of you are mentally confused between 2 or possibly more people. Because there's this lover situation, but then you're offering if you're the Knight of Cups, then you're literally moving. See how the Knight would be moving that way? He's like literally trotting away. So I don't know if your emotions are like trying to leave you, or if someone emotionally left you. But what I really see this as, Gemini, I don't want to get too symbolic, because with you, it's just literally communication. Like, it's really good to be clear with Gemini. So I just see this as you leaving a situation you're offering your emotions to some new situation instead of something that you're used to, something old, you know? There's a new lover and an old lover for you this month. And it could be yourself. It could be new love that you've found for yourself and letting go of the old love. But I think this is also Gemini finally offering their emotion, which is why this new beginning is on the table, possibly with an Aries, because the Aries is here twice too. Aries are hot. So I don't know if some of you guys have a crush on Aries. It could be some Gemini Aries action going on here, or just Aries season. A new beginning of emotion in Aries season. Are you taking a risk in Aries season after a long wait? Okay, lovers. There could be, the lovers is also a decision. Okay, so there's a mentally exhausting decision that you have to make emotionally, and it could have to do with a relationship. So Knight of Swords, just totally a Gemini energy, Libra, Aquarius. Charging forward mentally, because there's mental confusion. See the clouds in the background there? So you want mental clarity over all these cards, Gemini, because you're exhausted and you walked away and you have wishes to make. You have dreams and goals and wishes, and you have feelings. So, you know, there's a need here to really gain mental clarity over all this. You literally, at the end of the month, you're just literally going to charge forward and take it and claim it mentally. And I like seeing this. I like seeing you charging forward like this at the end of the month, because it's totally the Aries energy. It's totally Mercury in Aries. Even though it's retrograde, it's still going to be like this. So there's a need. There's a really strong need to charge forward. And, you know, we have 2 knights on the table, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So you could be communicating your emotions at the end of this month really sharply, because the Knight of Swords doesn't really care about the consequences that lie up ahead. He's literally just going to charge. And this could be the Mercury retrograde, because it's interesting that the Knight of Swords is down here and he's literally charging backwards. He's not charging towards like, both of these knights are headed towards the same direction. And it's in the cards, they're headed towards the Fool card. So at least both of these knights are going the same direction. There's like these 2 different parts of you this month. The mental part, the emotional part. Literally, that's the Gemini Pisces energy, the square going on. Mentally, you know, you're charging. And the Knight of Cups is a little bit more gentle. So there is that duality of harshness and gentleness, which Pisces has anyway. Don't let me fool you. So there's some action going on here. There's some emotional action. There's some mental action going on. And I love seeing the mental action. And those cards were literally validated by the Justice card and the 6 of Wands. So this Aries season, the end of March for you is going to it's going to be passionate. The passion comes back, the mental passion that Mercury in Aries is bringing. I know it's retrograde, but you know, the full moon in Libra is really going to help you guys balance things out. I mean, she is really calling me to look at this full moon here. So the moon at the 1st of the month and the moon at the 31st is really going to, I mean, there's some quick justice that you gain over this situation, this lovers or whatever is going on in March for you. There's justice at the end. There's justice at the end of March, and maybe even in the beginning of April. But I see that it's kind of sparked by this full moon in Libra, because it's an air energy, and it really sparks, you know, that mental energy with you so that you can charge forward and gain clarity. This is things balancing out subconsciously, and the mental balancing out, you finally seeing something in a clear way, because the Justice card, she's blinded. So there's kind of a need to be blind when it comes to balance, because it's something you feel, not something you see. And, you know, you want to feel balanced. I see that you want to feel balanced mentally, because we have the sword here. So this is a very air energy. Libra is the cardinal air sign. So there's a Libra and an Aries on the table, which is opposite energy, which shows me that there's duality going on in other ways too. This is Aries season, Libra energy coming in. So Libra also rules the 7th house of relationships. So this could be like relationships balancing out for you. Or just, I feel more so that this is your subconscious balancing out though. And your emotions balancing out. Yes, okay. That's what I'm hearing. Because the moon symbolizes our emotion. The moon symbolizes our subconscious. And the justice scales are being lifted to the moon. So it's like you really want to honor balance on this Libra moon coming up on the 31st. And just allow the cosmos and allow the energies around you to really restore balance within you, Gemini. Because I know you felt like the 10 of Swords. I know you felt like the 8 of Swords. I mean the 8 of Cups, sorry. But maybe the 8 of Swords too, mentally trapped. So just stay strong, because the moon has something in store for you as an air sign. And it's victory. You know, there's something that you're going to be recognized for at the end of the month that maybe you weren't recognized for at the beginning. Maybe you're going to reap some kind of reward or something at the end of the month. But this is you frolicking and being happy. It's spring. This is a very spring-looking energy. In my other deck, the man is on a horse, and there's a wreath of celebration, and there's a parade going on. So it's shown a little bit different here, which, you know, you want to take into consideration these two little children running and playing. And I don't know if some of you are a mother to 2 kids, or if you have a son or a daughter, or 2 children, two daughters, 2 sons, or if this is you and your twin, Gemini. Because we do have, you know, they look like twins. And okay, they're both girls. I don't know why I always thought that it was a little boy back there. But that's definitely a little girl. They are both wearing dresses, but hey, I don't care about gender. Boys can wear dresses if they want, whatever, do you. So yeah, there could be 3 different women in your life, two daughters and a woman. But either way, that's just the symbolism. But what this really means for all of you in general, that you all can relate to, is victory at the end of the month and justice. I mean, like, that's very obvious. The Justice card and the 6 of Wands promises victory. And not only, it's not secret victory that you're just proud of, or that you're just mentally proud of. This is you being recognized by others around you, and for the hard work that you've done. You know, you stayed in a work situation even though you were mentally exhausted in March. Like, you still put in work. You still did what you had to do, even though God knows that you should have probably just slept all of Pisces season. But I see that even though your mind was so mentally exhausted and wounded, you still managed to work together with those around you. And that's why this new beginning's coming in for you, and that's why love's coming in for you, and that's why justice and victory are coming in for you. So what I want to do here is validate the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, and the 2 of Cups to see what the duality is going on there. As far as Aries, the Aries card, let's see what's behind the Aries card. Wow, strength. So fiery energy here. I don't know if some of you are involved with a Leo or an Aries. All right, 7 of Pentacles coming out too. Planting your seeds, seeing what came. So some of you are really just seeing, you know, what is still strong in your life and what no longer is serving you. What is keeping you from your power? Because this is really strength and power, which this is what that's saying, is self-strength, self-power. Taking your authority back, reclaiming, you know, that passion, Gemini. So all these energies on the table have to do with you, because Aries is the house of self. And in March, after the 19th, the sun is going to be in Aries, and these energies aren't going to be squaring you anymore. I mean, Chiron will be for a little while longer, which I can't wait until that no longer squares you. And the sun will no longer be squaring you. Neptune will still be squaring you, because Neptune's in Pisces for a while. But this is Aries season coming in, so Aries season is influencing you as well. And then we have the Page of Pentacles again. We have the Page of Pentacles towards the beginning of the month, and now we have it as an underlying energy. So there's something you want to take a closer look at, which also kind of feels like the Hanged Man to me, looking at something in a different way, right? Seeing the detail, analyzing it a little bit more. You know, so it's about finding where this opportunity is for you, and brainstorming, writing things down like I had to in the beginning of your video, because this is like something that you find of value that you literally had to sift through. It's like she found these coins in an old box somewhere. So you could be creating something. And we have the Virgo, the Hermit card again. So there's a Virgo, a lot of Pentacle energy. Yeah. A lot of Earth energy in the Hanged Man again. So you have the Hanged Man twice. Here's the Hanged Man in this deck. So this deck looks a little bit different though. It looks like he kind of fell and was snagged there. But the thing about the Hanged Man is that he does not mind. He's comfortable even though he's waiting. So there was a lot of Earth energy. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Page of Pentacles. So there's something grounded coming in here, or a lot of Earth energy influencing you in March for some reason. It could be a slow attachment releasing from you in March as you retreat inwards and find your own inner light. I mean, this Hermit card, he's literally like going into a cave. And in that cave, you're going to find, and this is metaphorical, you're going to find something of value. I mean, there's value just hidden everywhere in this reading. So that is interesting. That is very interesting. But I really want to get a couple cards here for you. Now, I don't mind what comes out for you, but my intent is to get an oracle card that tells me more about this Two of Cups, Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, did I grab my, yeah, I grabbed my cards upside down. So we have Invisible. I was going to say thank you for liking my videos and watching my videos because I don't have very many Gemini viewers. So I was really excited to see that you guys won the competition this month. So Invisible at the bottom of the deck. So there's this invisible, complicated energy going on here in March, and specifically with this conflicted energy. Complicated came up upside down because for some reason I grabbed my deck upside down. So I'm going to say that happened for a reason. So I would say that this is pretty complicated, wouldn't you? It's mentally complicated. It's complicated in the way that you have to juggle two different polar opposite energies this month, right? Welcome to being a dual sign and being mutable. And it's complicated for some of you in the love department as well. So this did come upside down though. So there could be, you could be looking at this in a different way as a dual sign to try to like take away from some of the complicatedness. But, you know, I think that this meant to come up right side up. I mean, there is an invisible complicated energy going on here that's kind of under the scene, but it's about reflection. And it's also about taking a risk, I see. So taking a risk emotionally and taking a risk when it comes to a certain relationship or something, Gemini, that you're juggling. And even though it's complicated, you know, the best things are. And I do believe this is the number 2 up there. So this is literally a number 2. It looks like 11, but I think this is 2. Because 11 would look a little bit different. But it could be 11. And if so, in numerology, 11, 1 plus 1 is 2. So you literally have a 2 card that came out on all these 2. So there's 2, 2, 2, 2. I'm telling you, there's something with the number 2 this month. And you might have to do some searching for it. You may have to spend some time in reflection for it. And take a risk. And I was led to tell you that in the risk card, there is a moon that I'm not sure if you can see, but it's like kind of in the shadows back there in the sky. So I was thinking that you might have to take a risk with some kind of moon related energy, and then I see the actual moon card. So that is really interesting. There is some healing energy going on with you. And now I see that my High Priestess of Water is upside down. So this was meant to happen, Gemini. And I think your emotions, you know, you got to get this energy right back upside up. Because it's literally about emotional understanding. Because now we have the understanding card coming out with the High Priestess of Water upside down. So there's something about your emotions that the universe wants you to see differently so that you can heal. And now we have the High Priestess of Spirit and Forbidden. So this is literally that squared Pisces energy. The Forbidden card, there's a door of spirituality that you feel forbidden to go into. Conclusions. Now the High Priestess of Air is coming up, which is literally your energy. So the High Priestess of Air is going through a conclusion, an ending, a new beginning. The chapter's ending and there's a new beginning. This is Pisces season for you. And you're the air sign. So this is literally an air energy coming to a conclusion. And I know that you feel this forbidden door of spirituality closing on you because of Pisces season, and that's causing you some weird emotional feelings. But you need to understand yourself, Gemini. Remember I told you that I felt kind of patient with you? Well, that's because you're going through a lot right now, and the moons are really, I'm seeing that they're really here to heal you this month. So pay attention to the moon cycles, because it's important. The Grove is all about healing, and the moon is subconscious, and it's the Pisces energy. So let's get you an angel card. Okay, Gemini. So bottom of the deck is think about it. So you are going through a lot of mental energy this month, and you're being asked to think about it, which is probably why the Hanged Man came up for you, because sometimes if we're not suspended, we won't think. We'll just keep go. So there's a need to slow down and think about something this month, Gemini. But the card that came out for you was pray. So you may need to pray about certain things this month, Gemini, if you feel led to pray about them. And there's a need to really go in, because prayer is all about meditation. So you need to meditate and pray and ask for guidance from the angels this month. And also the manifestation card just wanted to come out for you. And this card has come out a lot for Gemini on my new moon and full moon messages. So you need to manifest something through prayer. It's like the angels are going to help you manifest something this month through prayer, through meditation. It's like guided meditation or something. So there's a side of you that is manifesting something this month that you prayed for or that you needed guidance on. And the universe's answer is just to manifest it yourself, which is probably why the Aries card is at the bottom of the deck. So prayer came up for you, Gemini. Invisible prayer. Okay, that might be why the moon is just coming up so much for you, because there's a need to heal, literally, mentally. And the best way to heal mentally is prayer and meditation. I mean, there's literally a lot of complicated energy going on with all those twos. So don't worry, Gemini, you'll figure out which way to go. And you're a dual sign, so you do better with two things to juggle, okay? And I do see this R down here. So it makes me think of retrograde energy. I think there's a path that you're going to temporarily pause on. There's a lot of paused energy right now, and it's to juggle something, it's to decide something. Either way, either choice, Gemini, it's fine. Okay, I'm seeing that the thing about the twos is that the reason why it's so conflicting and complicated is because both options are really good. There's not an option that's like worse for you. So you're literally conflicted emotionally, mentally, and logically about this. But you will make a decision come like April or so. The springtime will help you make a decision. All this change in energy will help. So just be patient with yourself, Gemini, and sift through this. Allow the moon and allow spirit and your emotions to help you through this complicated energy, because it's going to heal you, okay? Communicate this month about what's complicated and about what you feel, because it'll help you with this decision and it'll help you with this confusion. Okay, Gemini? So that was your reading for March. I hope it was relatable to you guys. I always enjoy talking to you. This month it was a little gnarly. I had to get through a lot of tough feelings in the beginning because of all the mutable, but you know, I think it's a great reading and I really hope it was helpful. I have all my information down below if you want to contact me, or if there's any feedback, if there's anything at all. You know, I definitely appreciate feedback and just communicating with you guys about how relatable, or anything that you have questions on, anything. I'm open to it all. So I will talk to you guys in the next, well, I think by the time this video is uploaded, all my other videos will be uploaded, but I'll talk to you guys in your April videos, okay? Bye, Gemini.